Mm,
It's working.
uh, yeah, it's working now.
It's working, bet. It is working. Okay. And that's crazy because this ain't even the screen that we fixed it on.
Exactly.
Mm, that's hella interesting.
Probably has something to do with you closing out, opening again.
All right, guys. We back in action. We back in action, chat. Back in action. Caught in the web right now. We got Channel Where You At in the building with us. And we got a W Mod in the building. Dubs only. Herself. Kara Leezy.
Dubs.
Early.
Dubs.
Oh,
It's gonna be a good one. This is going to be a good one. Like I said before all the troubleshooting, relationships and social media. But we're gonna start with the word of the day. We're gonna start with the word of the day. Because remember, chat, we always gotta read. Always gotta be able to read. Alchemy. What it means, alchemy refers to a power or process that changes or transforms something in a mysterious or impressive way. Every time I think of the word alchemy or hear the word or see it, I always think of the anime Full Metal Alchemist.
this nigga science.
No, no, kaboom,
Boom.
kaboom. Chat, we're gonna get to the nitty gritty. We're gonna get straight to the nitty gritty. Here's my question. Here's my question. If you could get away with it, would you?
Yo, hey, hold on.
Get
Hold
away
on.
with what is the question?
Chat, I'm gonna ask that question again for the people that ain't hear me. If you could get away with it, would you?
Would you?
And don't lie to me. Don't lie to yourself.
Yes.
You know, you know. It's okay to laugh. You know.
I am a professional.
Yeah,
I am
yeah,
a.
yeah.
I'm a part of the Black Man Association organization.
You know. In the meantime, in between time.
Every now and again, most of the majority of the time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know.
Yeah,
Mm.
it gets
Off the
real.
record.
It gets real. It gets real. We're gonna look at some facts on it. We're gonna look at some facts on relationships, guys. We're gonna look at some facts on it. We're gonna look at some facts. Hold up. Let me get my big ass head out the way for you guys. What's locked? Need the header too, bro. Let's do this. Relationships involve factors like brain chemistry and communication. And key facts include that falling in love releases euphoric brain chemicals, and that successful relationships require effort and compromise. How you guys feel about communication? And I mean, we could call it brain chemistry, just chemistry.
Mhm. Um,
You guys ever had like awkward chemistry that was positive?
I feel like that's possible. That's
I
highly
don't think
possible.
so.
Never had that, Carolyn?
I don't think so.
Tommy in the building. Love you, Tommy.
Buenos dias, Tommy.
Tommy,
Buenos dias.
hi.
Buenas.
Buenas noches.
Buenos nachos. Bring those nachos.
Buenas. No.
How you feel about that? How you feel about communication and chemistry in relationships, Tommy? How you feel about that? How you feel about that? Growing up, I met a lot of nice women in my life, and a lot of the time, I was usually the awkward one. I was never really good with the icebreakers, so I kind of was just trying to just be more me, and in that, my hands would sweat a lot. I would stutter sometimes, but game is game. If you just be yourself, game is game. Game is game.
Yeah. Game is game.
Game is real game.
Sometimes I feel like the older I got, the more I realized, you don't have to. I mean, obviously there is, that crush situation, but you ain't gotta. You don't gotta act a certain way for somebody to really like you, bro. It's like you could literally be yourself, and if they fuck with you, they fuck with you. If they don't, they don't. But you don't want somebody that's gonna fuck with you if you act in a certain way. You want somebody that's gonna fuck with you if you act in your way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that creates the healthy environment. Cause it done been so many times where I would see people get into relationships, and obviously there's a honeymoon phase, right?
Right.
But within that honeymoon phase, it's like you putting up low key like a front just so you could put your best foot forward, which I understand. But at the end of the day, at some point in time, the real you will show. And it could be something like a complete 180, could be a 90-degree. And they may not like what they see.
Mm-hmm.
So it's important that you really start with, of course, your best foot, but an honest foot.
An honest one.
I got honest feet. I can't lie. I got honest feet.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna lie to you. It's gonna be what it is. What it is.
Game is game.
That's what communication is. You gotta communicate. Gotta let. This is what it is.
I feel like
Yeah. What are your
that's what
thoughts,
lacks.
Kelly?
I feel like that's what lacks in today's dating in today's age is communication, because put it this way, we can hit it off, hit it off right jump, and as we're starting to get to know each other, starting to just like spend that time with each other, we might not like you know what's going on, like the other person, like the situation, and instead of being honest, being like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, look, I really fuck with you as a person, but like I'm just not really feeling this.
Mm.
It gets dragged on and nobody wins in that situation.
And I feel like that comes from a space of being, I don't know, because a lot of people they're scared of that confrontation, and they run from it, and they run from it so long that they feel stuck. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
'Cause after a certain while, you're stuck because you've put so much into that relationship, and you didn't want to, and then
Or you're just like hot and cold on and off, because
right.
if you don't want to fuck with me like that, then say that. If you
Mm-hmm.
don't want to talk to me, say that. If you don't want to be with me, say that. All it takes is that,
It's gonna hurt less.
sometimes the hard truth.
We'll
I
bring
would
them
rather be
together.
like,
That'll bring them
yeah,
together.
But sometimes, like, I would, even though it might suck and, it's gonna hurt, I would rather have somebody be upfront with me, be like, "Yeah, look, I'm just not feeling this. This wasn't going how I thought it was," you
Right.
know, than 3, 4, 5, 6 months down the line, and now you're looking at 4 years of on and off,
I hate
and
this nigga. I hate him.
yes,
Mm.
when I tell you, when I had turned 19, that was my first, like, at least what I thought was my first ever. I'm 24, by the way. Um, in 14 days. Oh, excuse me, 13 days. I'll be 25. Anyways, um, but when I was 19, I felt like I experienced my first what I thought was love. And, I'm going back and forth with the man who don't want anything to do with me in public. It's all on the DL. It's all on the low. But like
Mm-hmm.
he was telling me one thing, actions was doing another thing.
Mm.
And 4 years go by and I'm in and out. And like this man literally had me want to die type
Mm.
shit.
It
Like,
it gets deep.
yes.
It gets deep, and I've experienced certain things like that too. Just not personally, but I've experienced like just from exes telling me like the situation they came from to where somebody was stringing them along or just had them doing abnormal stuff when it didn't necessarily need to go that long. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Facts.
All could have just been resolved with a like, is this what you want? Yes, no, no. Let's go our separate ways.
But
But
then be honest about it too, because I can't tell you how many times I've asked that man, "Do you want this? Yes or no?" Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like a simple, honest, blunt conversation 4 years ago would have saved years of heartache.
boom,
And now look at him with a girl he don't even like,
Mm.
who beats him up.
ooh, ooh,
Sorry.
ooh.
Mm.
He needs some milk.
Literally. Anyways.
Nah, I feel that. I feel that. Props to you for getting out of that, though. You know what I'm
Red
saying?
deal. Red spill.
I had
Murder, murder,
to.
kill, kill.
Props to you for getting out of that because a lot of people don't make it out of that. A
They
lot of
don't.
people don't make it out of that. And that's literally the base of the communication is to save yourself from that type of situation. You got to be able to communicate. You can't just and like communicate truthfully
Yeah.
'cause
With intention.
with intention. Yeah.
Because you can be honest and not be a dick about it, Like I feel like there's also a fine line of when you're just being rude and you're just being honest, right? How you
Hmm.
feel about that? What you think about that?
Um,
I feel like that was powerful.
that's a fact. That's definitely a fact. That's definitely a fact.
Because you can be the type of person and be like, okay, say I'm the type of person that don't like to commit to a relationship, and then I get into just a casual thing with somebody, right? And I explain to this person, I'm like, look, I understand that feelings may be caught, but just to let you know, on my end, I respect how you feel. If you don't want to, I'm gonna give you the option. You know, if this is what you want, that's what you want. But if what you're looking for is not this, and you have that option to go. But a lot of people don't give people that option. They
Mhm.
literally will string you along, they'll lie to you, tell you that it sets a false expectation. Is what I'm
Mm-hmm.
pretty much what I'm saying. It's just that false expectation is set in the beginning of the whatever it is, situationship, friendship, whatever, however you start off, and there's no clear understanding of what it is, and that's when people get confused, jealous, they start beating on you, they start it
Mm-hmm.
it could snowball
Playing
into a whole
playing
lot of things.
scenarios in their head.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. It gets real
Whole time
psychological.
whole time the motherfucker didn't want you. They didn't really want you. It's just they like your company.
They like the idea
Access.
of you.
They like the idea of you. They
Mhm.
like having you around.
Mhm.
Like, and it's a
Brittany,
lot of people like that.
appreciate that. Thank you so much, Brittany. Brittany.
W Brittany in the building.
W Brittany. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. We
Made it
working
to the
hard.
screen. But yeah.
Yeah. They like the idea. They like the idea of having a partner. And that's really all it is. It's almost like it's not even a relationship. It's almost like an accessory to their life.
Like having that access to you without the commitment.
Yeah. Yeah. Just that's it. Just the access.
Mm-hmm.
It's scary. It's real scary. Real manipulating. Real scary. Disagreements are normal in relationships. They're normal. They are normal. And can be even healthy if they are resolved through respectful communication.
Mm-hmm. I think a lot of relationships would go further if people realize that you shouldn't expect you out of the other person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's where you fall to be disappointed so many times, because you expect that person to act a certain way based on how you would act, right? And sometimes it's a level of decency. Sometimes it's more so just like a personal thing. So you got to learn to separate the personal from the person. So your personal would be, say we got into an argument and you didn't, pretty much I was supposed to apologize at point B. We got to point D, then I apologize. But now you don't want the apology. But you expected me to apologize at point B. Didn't really voice it, but we had that disagreement, and that's where, that thing lied. Or the disagreement could be the fact that I didn't apologize at point B. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of expectations in relationships that are set. And when you set certain expectations, you're bound to be disappointed. So I have learned more so to just not expect, and I'm gonna take what you give, and we'll go off that. And if we need to talk about it, we'll talk about it.
Right. Don't expect, just be.
Yeah, exactly. And I've been 100% more happier than I've ever been just doing that.
I just made myself emotionally unavailable.
Why, Carolese? Why?
Why is that?
Because clearly, just from like my experiences in the past with the dating scene, I don't make the best decisions. And so, for my sanity and my safety, I'm okay with, I've like come to terms that like I'm probably gonna die alone, which is fine. But like, if I have that block, then I won't get hurt. So, if I make myself emotionally unavailable, then I'm not gonna get hurt.
This is interesting too,
Is
because
it?
how at 24,
What
think
is
about it.
ever
You're 24, right? And
Hmm?
you're saying that you may be alone forever. It only took 24 years for you to come to that conclusion. Some people are, I've seen people get married in their 40s, late 30s. Like, I feel like maybe you sell yourself short doing that, but how did you come to that conclusion?
I think after like that situation I was just telling y'all, 4 years of just up and down, like that was
Mhm.
I look back anytime I look back at that relationship and tell myself that I never ever want to feel like that again. Cause like I said, like I when it was done and over with, like I wanted to die. It hurt. It hurt so bad. And if I don't subject myself to that, then I'm not going to feel that way because I don't ever want to feel like that again.
Right. And I'm gonna tell you this as well too, because I feel like I went through my first like real love heartbreak when I was like, how old was I? Like 16, 17. And I know, even from this standpoint now in my life, it's like I know I could never feel that way ever again, right? Because I know what that feels like. So I can't ever feel that same pain again. Once you feel it once, I'm telling you, that's literally the lowest you can go.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of times where you'll feel like, okay, if I give this another try, it's not going. I'm not ready for that type of heartbreak anymore. But people don't, know in their mind that has set you up for such a much better experience going forward, because now you have boundaries. You've set those boundaries, and now you can move based off of those boundaries. You know where to draw the line. You know what that looks like. You know what you feel. So it sets you up in a way that you probably wouldn't even realize now until you open yourself up to the idea of that again. So I say give it at least 2 more shots.
Relationships are scary. Like
It
the
is.
whole thing, it's terrifying.
Everything
It is.
exciting is supposed to be scary.
Yeah. But when it works, it works.
Mm-hmm.
When it works, it works.
Real deal. Real deal. And that's brave of you to express that you know that like relationships are scary. They are. They really are. They really are. You really just, if you think about it, you're just taking a chance on a stranger. Like, and
No
then
talk.
that's just what it is. You're taking a chance and it works. It's like a lottery ticket.
It is.
Can I scratch you off? It's yeah. Love, man. Love is something. Love really do feel like a drug, though. I'm not gonna lie. It do feel like a drug.
I do.
But sometimes not a good one. It just makes you think like, damn, why did I try this?
It's
True.
It's every drug in one. Every drug in one shot.
That's the life experience. That's not even just drugs.
For real.
Experience. It's like if we base everything off of the first experience of something, maybe you'll never ever really get to experience the good thing. But once you've experienced the bad thing, I ain't really trying to fuck with that no more. I know where to draw my line. And that goes back to just the whole communication thing, because that was my thing. I was blinded, bro. I was blinded. Like, I spent as a 17-year-old, bro, I was spending so much money and doing so much for a female like that was not really even like, she didn't even really know what she wanted. And I look back on it now and I'm like, damn, bro. That's a lesson in blessings. But that's a real thing.
Listen
You know
to
what's
listen.
crazy? Is that I'm kind of glad you brought up like, you was spending like so much money. And I was told one time by an ex that or not even really an ex, it was more a situationship, that he was not financially stable enough for a relationship. And I'm like, what does that
I'm
even
sorry.
mean? Like what does that mean? You're not financially stable enough for a relationship,
It
because
depends on who you with.
if you
Mm-hmm.
because if right, like if guys really like care about each other, money and all that shouldn't matter. In like it doesn't matter
It doesn't.
Mm.
unless you a bum and you not doing nothing type
It
shit.
doesn't.
But
It doesn't matter.
but
That's
yeah, that's just like a
with
crazy
gold diggers.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's just like a crazy like thing to me, because I don't go into a relationship, you know, looking for money. I make my own money, because the off chance of somebody being like, "Oh, you have that because of me," it makes me gag. So I'm gonna make my own money. I want tender loving and affection.
That's what everybody want at the end of the day.
At the end of the day.
At the end of the day, that's what everybody want.
And like, if you want to give me your credit card, that's fine too. Like, I ain't gonna complain, but it ain't about that.
No, but real talk, like I've seen a lot of relationships not work out just because like it I guess it comes down to a point where the girl is expecting the man to really show that he can provide or show that um he can take her out and do nice things for her. Because that's, what people grow up seeing or they either watch it on TV and have this facade that that's what happiness truly is. But yeah, that's the social construct that's set up in your head. That's just like let's let's spend money on each other. That'll show that we like each other. Up
Mm-hmm.
until the point where I stopped spending money on you because now things got hard, and now all of a sudden now you start to feel a different way because I was doing it so much in the beginning, and then when it don't happen, now you want to switch up, and now you think it's just. But at the same time, that's just the way of things. It can't always go good. At some point, it's gonna come. It's gonna get rocky.
Yeah.
It's gonna get rocky. But are you that type of person that's really gonna stick through that?
Yeah, and I feel like because of, that mindset that you was just talking about, when you have people like for me, like I don't really care about money and I have such big dick energy, like because I'm independent, like I'm finna do it myself, money or not.
Hmm.
So then the people who don't care about the money or, is not going into a relationship looking for that, they get cut short because then, people who are used to that just being used for money or, when things start getting rocky, um, their relationships fail. Now that person's cutting themselves short too. So I feel like it all is like full circle.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. I used to be, I used to be the type to, uh, like, fresh right out of high school. I was just that type of person because anytime I would like hang with a girl or really like spend time with a girl, I would just like, of course, I would pay for stuff, and then all of a sudden I would be like, "Okay, can you cover this?" Just to see what she would say, and based on that answer, it would tell me everything I needed to know, and it
Oh,
worked for me most of the time. I'm not even gonna lie. It's just like. It's just that type of thing to test the type of character because some
That
people
is
would be
true.
like, "Yeah, I got it. I ain't need nothing." And I'm like, and she's like, "Oh, I'm like, okay, never mind. I got it. Good luck."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
okay, but here's a question then.
Yeah.
Who pays on the first date?
Oh, I'm always the person that gonna pick the first date, especially if I'm taking her out. Yeah.
Uh, whoever paying on the first date is whoever picked the place.
Okay. I feel like for me is whoever asks, like, like, hey,
It's yep.
let
Yep.
yeah, like if
Whoever
you ask me
initiated it.
out,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, if you ask me out, yeah, like, you can pay for the date, but if the spot may be a little too expensive, yeah, I'll pay for my half, no worries. But if I ask you out on a date, I'm not finna expect you to pay. That's just weird to me,
Now,
like if
I'm glad you said that. Now, what is an acceptable first date place?
see, I love me a triple dipper from Chili's. I'm real easy.
Solid. Solid.
Like, I don't really care as long as it's good food, good vibes, good conversation.
That's fair.
Facts.
That's fair.
Facts. Facts.
That's
And
fair.
that's what a lot of people should be. Like the first date shouldn't be this extravagant,
It shouldn't.
crazy, unless you got it like that, but cool. But you know what I'm saying? It shouldn't have to be this extravagant
Nah.
thing. You are literally trying to get to know the person that you're dating, right? So it should
Mm-hmm.
be somewhere very cool, calm, collected, to where y'all can talk. You pick her brain, she pick yours. Y'all really get to, understand and develop some type of conversation skills with each other because I feel like that goes for everybody you meet. You can't talk to everybody the same way, so you gotta learn how this person is in order to talk to them. So
Okay.
Yeah.
I definitely can't go out to no crazy. I can't do nothing crazy first date. Can't.
Guys, first date. How you feel about this? First date at the crib, cooking for them. How you feel about that?
Okay.
That's a different one.
Okay. I would definitely would decline only because I feel like once you open that door of like, hey, come over, I'm gonna cook you dinner. Like I'm not gonna put my cookies on the tray for you, first date. But that might be taken, like
Like
you
like
gotta
like
work.
like
You got
Carleezy, let's say like dude been every time you see dude, he always got the best food, but it just looked too good. It looked like it looked like restaurant style food. But he keeps saying he make it.
well, then he gonna have to put it in a Tupperware and take me to the park or something. Cause I feel like, that's
Okay.
like
Oh,
it's
that
like
that's
you hey, come over, let me cook you
Okay.
dinner. Okay, what happens
gonna
after
go to
dinner?
bento box
Dessert?
and a little picnic box.
Right. Put that in a box. Cause like, okay, dinner's done and then dessert. But like what you want for dessert? Cause you ain't having me for dessert, sir. I just met you. Please. You know, you get the vibe, you picking up what I'm
Yeah,
That's
putting
fair.
down.
That's fair.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
fair. I would decline that
That's
too. That's a little
that's second
too.
date
That's too much.
activities.
Yeah, that's like instant second base right there.
I don't even think I'm going to a girl house on the first date. Fuck that.
Mm.
I don't
And
even.
plus,
Mm.
but see, I wouldn't invite a man over to my house on the first date either because what if you're a weird dude? I don't want you knowing where I live.
Mhm. Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
But at what point do you be like, you're not a weird dude though?
True.
I feel like after the third date, constant communication, and then I'd be like, yeah, let's, you know, come over for Sunday brunch because you can't invite him over for a movie because popcorn and blankets, and next thing you know, there's a hand on your thigh. No.
Whoop.
Um.
Da-doom.
So like, let's have some brunch.
Yeah,
Brunch. Cool. Do people go out for coffee anymore?
I love coffee.
I love coffee too.
I feel like that's a thing of the time, thing of the past. It's like going out for coffee and stuff. Um,
I did that one time recently.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll say with a friend.
sure.
Business
What
meeting.
what coffee did you get though? Is the real question.
It was surprisingly it was a hot coffee this time because I was
Oh
at a diner.
Lord.
I was at a diner, so I didn't want no weird ass ice cubes in my coffee. Um, it was a light and sweet hot coffee.
Mm, okay.
Just chilling,
Sure.
talking. Nah, we allergic over here. You allergic to coffee, Tommy? Man, you allergic to the coffee bean,
The bean.
the bean cough, the bean cough.
The bean cough. No, nah, that's a real thing though.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
do y'all feel like social media has shaped the way we view relationships?
Yes.
I think 100%.
100%.
100%.
And so
100%.
have books.
I would say movies too, books, movies,
Books.
Movies, books.
even music. To some
Mhm.
standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah.
my expectations of a relationship and like a man has just become like non-existent because I read so many books and like that's what I want, knowing damn well that shit don't exist.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I
like you
usually,
say,
my fault.
no, you good.
I usually think, like, I usually get like down on myself a little bit because I try to filter out my mind, like all the influences and shit that I see on the internet when I meet new people, because I try not to like characterize them as a personality that I seen on the internet.
Right.
and I feel down on myself because I do remember a time where I met someone and I just met them for them.
Yeah.
So it is a different time. It is a different time. Social media is playing too much of a factor in relationships. Way too much.
I think once people's whole personality became social media,
Mm.
that's when it really got bad.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people will, base their beliefs in relationships or their morals in relationships off of a little post, a little tweet. And it's like at some point you definitely got to think for yourself. And it's like even when you're dating somebody and you're trying to figure out if you really rock with them or not, even asking certain questions to see if they think for themselves is important. Because you definitely don't want no motherfucker that's just gonna go with what Instagram told them, 2 days ago. If he got an A in his name, he ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit.
Yeah.
Some people will take that face value and run with it. Run with it.
My last ex, I sound like I date a lot. I don't. I've only had two boyfriends. Well, three actually.
Mm-hmm.
I broke up with
Mm-hmm.
him in May because Chat GPT told me to.
Wow. You let the AI
I did.
see,
I did. But
see.
like he didn't want any marriage. He didn't want marriage or babies, and so I talked to Chat about it, and Chat was like, "If that's what you want, that's not what he wants, and he got to go."
But that's something that you could have came up with on yourself.
Yep.
I know, but I love talking to Chat. I be talking to
Yeah,
Chat all day. Like, hey, Chat, I'm struggling here.
true.
Right.
Chat. I told my coworker today, if our cell phones had a torso and limbs, we fucked. We fucked. Like it's up. It's up. And it ain't looking good.
It's really
I definitely spend
Oh.
way too much time on Chat GPT. But like, I need advice. Who else am I going to talk to?
Yeah, I'll be talking to chat for more so just like guidance on just different business ideas and everything I got going on. But it's like I think yeah, that's kind of probably where we have to draw the line. It's just like just think, don't let chat think for you at this point because there's gonna come a certain point in time where like shit, you know, what if, what if one day we wake up and the AI has turned against us and now knows completely everything about us. You know what I'm saying? And now can visibly predict your next move or whatever it may be. Like, there's just those things that, you know, can be altered. Like you yourself can be conflicted and then you go to chat who doesn't really have feelings or feel the way you do. And I mean, in your case, I guess it kind of worked out because you kind of dodged the bullet.
Mm-hmm.
But in most cases, if somebody don't want what you want, you shouldn't be with them anyway.
Right. Because like
That's
at this
true.
big age, like I'm trying to, have a family. I'm trying to, think about my future. And if you don't want the same things that I want, then why am I going to waste my time? You know?
And that should be date two, date one, date two. You should know at this point. And that was a question that speaking of ChatGPT, I asked Chat to give me some pointers to talk about too. Is more so, um, where is it at? It says, oh, people talking about the idea of future proofing relationships. Like couples that start dating should talk about the big stuff, kids, money, long term goals early, and not wait. Or do y'all think they should wait?
I think it depends on how early.
I think within like the first month, you should be talking about this stuff.
True.
I
At
feel
this
like
biggest,
stuff like
you ain't
that
gonna waste.
scares
You
guys off, though.
ain't finna waste.
Why?
Good. If he ain't ready, he ain't ready.
Yeah. Real deal. If he ain't ready, he ain't ready. That's how you gonna know. You gotta fish him out. Weed him out.
You
Lessons
gotta
and
want somebody
blessings.
that's ready. Lessons and blessings.
Lessons and blessings.
Lessons and
Lessons.
blessings.
Oh, lessons.
Lessons.
This is brought to you by lessons and blessings.
This is brought to you by Lessons on Blessings. Get your blessings for lessons.
Okay, what about moving in with one another? You know, y'all been dating for a while. When is appropriate to bring up wanting to move in together?
I'm not gonna cap. That is a tough
It's a feeling.
question.
I think it's a feeling.
It's a feeling. It's definitely a
I think
feeling.
it's a feeling. I think it's a feeling thing. If y'all are very much comfortable around each other, and when you do it, go into it with the understanding that you don't fully know how this person's going to be when you are together.
Mm-hmm.
Go into it with an open mind. You got to go into it with an open mind. Accept the person for who they are. Be willing to talk about certain things and not be mad about it.
You can't be.
You know what I'm saying?
Can't be.
That's where a lot of people fail. A lot of people fail because they have this preconceived idea of what this person is when they move in,
Mm-hmm.
and then they don't like it. But I feel like it's a good way to test run, the relationship down the road.
You gotta make
You
sure
really want to marry this person.
you gotta make sure you're with someone that doesn't forget how long forever is.
Ooh, ring the bell. Ring the
Ooh,
bell.
that was deep.
Ring the
Real
bell,
deal.
chat. Ring the bell, chat.
Real deal.
You heard him. You heard him. Say it again.
Damn. You gotta be with someone that doesn't forget how long forever is.
I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt.
Drop a bomb.
Can't forget. You can't forget. You damn near gotta fall in love with your best friend. Like, that's what it is. That's really just how it's gotta be. It's gotta be your best, like, he or she gotta be,
You got to rock with you.
for real.
Gotta rock
Like,
Thin, thick and thin.
like you can't
It's gonna be
come.
days.
There's gonna
It's
be
gonna be
days,
she wake
bro.
up, her hair ain't done. You know what I'm saying?
There's gonna be days.
It's gonna
Like
be
for me.
days she wake up and it's not going right. She in a bad mood. There's
Mhm.
gonna be days he in a bad mood. You're gonna
Mhm.
y'all gonna have to find a way to find common ground. It's not gonna be unless I think the biggest thing is realizing that y'all are not against each other.
Yeah, yeah. It's not. Don't
Y'all
feel like
not-
it's sides.
It's a team. It's a team. This is a team.
You gotta feel
It ain't.
grounded.
It ain't. What are you gonna do? It's what are we gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
It ain't. Why are you mad? It is. What's going on? How can we fix this?
And that
Because
shit
a lot
hurt.
of times, finger get pointed. That's when you back off. You back off. The further you point that finger, the more you backing off. And that's the biggest thing about living with people, because it be like that.
You know, I came across this video on TikTok recently, and it was this I don't know if they were married or boyfriend girlfriend, very long time though, and they have a talk box, and so it's like a shoebox, and if anything bothers them or the other person does something to make them feel some type of way, they write it down, put it in the talk box, and then at the end of the week they address it. They open a box, address it, and then don't get to like go to bed or like leave the area until they figure it out and how to like compromise and stuff like that. I think that is a really smart
Mhm.
like tool to have.
I think that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And never go to
Like-
bed being mad with each other.
yeah.
Can't. That is interesting. That is. I'm not gonna lie. I do think a big factor in moving in with one another, a very big factor that I never knew played a part, was I feel like you need to live alone with yourself to understand what it's like to be alone with you. Like you need to figure out you while surviving, and then you get to move in with someone else. Like you're ready, because you might fuck around and get attached, like dependent on your partner, because you haven't been with yourself long enough to be comfortable with them being there, or without them or without them not being there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
See,
yeah.
I feel like if I were to, and maybe because it's just like my age and like my mindset right now, I wouldn't necessarily call me like a selfish person, but I definitely like have some weaknesses in the areas of where it's definitely not my way or the highway.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, but it should be, is how I think about it. And if I were to move in with my significant other, I would definitely want like my own bedroom because I know how I can be when I'm frustrated and upset. I can be a lot. I'm high maintenance as hell. Um, and I think having that like separate like space.
But like, what if you find that guy that handles that? You know what I'm saying? Like that may flip the whole. That might change your whole perspective on how you go about being angry or whatever you're feeling. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
There could be that person, like they could be like, yeah, we can have the separate bedrooms, but just know I'm not gonna be in mine if you're not gonna be in ours. Like some shit like that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. There comes a time where you find that person who can really sit down and talk to you and really get to the bottom of things with you, and y'all find common ground and understand that each other has different perspectives. Each other is not always gonna think the same. You're gonna have
Yeah.
disagreements, and that's okay. At the end of the day, not it's not about who's right, it's about understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you can understand, then that's gonna solve 90% of the problems. Yeah, because it's important, bro. Like if you can't understand somebody in a relationship or understand the human way,
Mm-hmm.
it's the fucking human way, bro. Like not everybody acts the same, not everybody processes things the same, not everybody makes the same decisions. And as soon as you understand that, the sooner you'll be happier in friendships, you'll be happier in relationships, you'll be happier with your parents, you'll be happier with just people that you encounter just all on the side of the street. Like I give everybody grace, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I expect you to be you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't expect you to, be the best person, but I expect you to be you. Once you show me you, then I
Right.
move accordingly. I
I
move
expect the
accordingly, but
thief to steal.
exactly, and I'm gonna always give everybody a clean slate. And it's like once you show me who you are, because I'm a very observant person. I like to, really. I'm super
You're a people
quiet when I meet new
watcher.
people. I'm super quiet when I meet new people. But as soon as like I start to get a feel for how you are, how I can talk to you, blase blase, then we can really develop a friendship. But
I
until
feel
then,
like
because a lot of people have rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah, I feel like because I have just such great intuition that within like the first like 10-15 minutes of like meeting you, I'm gonna know if I'm gonna like you or not. Just by,
Yeah,
the way that you move, the way that you act, your
facts,
body language, your presence. So I can peep that.
facts. That's exactly how I
Peep
am.
that. And that's with friendships too. Like I just be, if I'm getting introduced to a new group of people, I'm just gonna stand there for a little bit and just watch. And I can tell, oh, not gonna like you, not gonna like you. And it has never let me down.
Gotta trust
This
your
even goes
intuition.
back to that. This even goes back to what we were talking about earlier, Brandon. The So Carolyn, when I met Brandon, it was through it was through Call of Duty. We met. I didn't talk to this man for a month. hadn't heard a word from him for a month, but we played video games almost every day. Didn't hear a word from him from a month, and then I finally heard his voice, and then I thought he was, I thought he was white. I thought he was white for the longest. We went on probably like 2 years, a year or so.
Yeah, it
The whole
was
time I thought
wild.
he was white. The whole time I thought he was white, and then, but he was cool. Like I hated him at first when we didn't talk. Like when we first met, I hated him because when we played Call of Duty, the nigga would be stealing my kills. So we met through like a third party, and he just joined us both and was like, "Let's play." So we played. Long story short, yeah, I hated him. I was the one getting the top kills. Now we the one getting the top kills.
It's us.
And so I hated him for a while. And then we just kept playing. I was like, I can't win with nobody else. So we just gonna keep winning together. So we play. I think he's white this whole time.
Keep
at
in
the
mind,
same
he
time-
thinks I'm white for like 2 years. Thinks I'm white for 2 years.
For 2 years. But the whole time I'm like, he's cool. He's a cool person. I finally got to hear him. We talk. We laughing. It's cool. It's cool. But that's just the type of person I was. I'm just like, I'm not gonna talk.
Fuck you, Tommy.
Until I'm comfortable. I'm not gonna talk until I'm comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Tommy. Until I'm comfortable. That's the thing. We went a whole month and did not say a word to each other. We would just get on the game and play.
Real deal.
And then 3 years down the road or 2 years down the road, I was like, bro, you got Facebook? He said, yeah, I got Facebook. I add him on Facebook. There was like a quick like a 30-second silence after I found his Facebook. I was like, you black? He stayed silent. He said, yeah. I was like, oh, nah.
We're gonna have to fix that.
I was like, ain't no fucking way. This whole time you was black and I didn't know. Ever since then, we've been locked in.
Locked in.
Been locked in.
That's how well, not really. So with me and Jackie, Jack, love Jack. That's my slime. I met her in
Shout out
high
Jack.
school. Shout out Jack. I met her in high school. We graduated together, but I met her through a mutual that we had. And I never really hung out with her. I would see her in school. She's loud. I just that's just Jack.
That's Jack.
Loud and proud.
Jack attack.
Hooting and hollering. And then about like 3 years ago on her birthday, I seen her down at the bar and I had peeped her, but I wasn't really gonna say nothing because I never really like to associate with people I went to high school with.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I peeped her, I was like, oh, like that's Jack, cool. And then she had come up to me and was like, oh, hey Carolyn, like, oh, miss you, haven't seen you in so long. Da 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 da. And I was like, oh yeah, like hope you're having fun, happy birthday, whatever. Well then I had no intention on like reaching out to her at all. Like, in matter of fact, I kind of feel like this is a butterfly effect type of thing, but she reached out to me like a couple weeks later and was like, hey, like, do you want to hang out? Do you want to go out, have fun, da da da. But like, had she not reached out to me, I would not,
Probably wouldn't have been talking to you.
no, not really. And I'm with her every weekend. Our Snapchat streak is in the 2000s.
Damn.
I talk to her every day. I'm with her literally every weekend. But had she not, texted me, 3 years ago to, go to the bar together, it would,
Who knows?
it wouldn't be a thing. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's crazy.
It's really about feeling people out. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
Yeah.
Like that's the.
It is.
Never know. Never know.
You
White person that you think you're talking to could also be your best black friend.
like
You know what I'm saying?
Curly,
She's a
this
black
man,
woman at heart.
this man channel was letting my white ass say nigga for 2 years.
I just thought, look, we was playing with like the third party was like this older dude. I still don't even remember how I met him.
I don't remember how I met him either.
I did good in the game and they added me and they was like, yeah, let's run. And they had Brand as a fourth. But the whole time they're letting him say nigga. So I'm like, okay. I'm like 11 years old. I'm 12 years old. What the fuck am I gonna say? No, you can't say that shit. The fuck? I'm gonna just stay quiet. Nah, fuck it, I'm gonna just stay quiet. Cool. If he's saying it, he's saying it. That shit. If I gotta see this nigga, and so yeah, he's killing. Damn, fuck you, nigga. Yeah. I'm like, bro, who the fuck is he? That whole time, I was like, the look on my face is priceless when I found this nigga's Facebook.
It's crazy, Kira. It's crazy. I was like, I was lost. I was just lost to the world. I was naive to the world. All I knew was video games. All I knew was video games. I swear to God, channel cultured me into like what society is, pretty much.
Yeah, he was white.
I was, whew, grass hugging. Like, no idea.
Though, video games can make beautiful friendships. Think about it this way. Had I never popped into your live channel because you was playing Ready or Not and I wanted to know about the game.
Red deal.
Look at this.
That's OD.
This would never be a thing, you know? We wouldn't have a great friendship.
For
All
real.
of us.
Right.
For real.
Facts. W. Carol Easy for popping in.
W. Carol Easy, people. W. Carol Easy. Greatest mod on the planet.
This boy Austin is
Austin,
what did he say last stream? Last stream he said something to Brand. He was like,
he said, I really appreciate what you said. Hold on. Yo, I love Austin, chat. I love Austin. Shout out Austinio, bro.
Shout out Austinio, man.
He has said something along the lines of like, I really appreciate what you said last time in your stream, bro. My dad heard you say it, and he tells me that I'm a good kid, and he heard that, and he liked it.
Appreciate what you said.
I forgot what it was. Something like that, bro.
Something like that. That shit had me like, what, man? Almost let out a tear.
I'm like, yo,
out here inspiring the youth, man.
Really inspiring the youth. I think
It's just
I think Austin told his dad about the physics stuff.
he had to.
He had to.
He had to.
He had to.
Either he was there, or like his dad was like around him at the time.
Cause that's hilarious.
That's crazy though. It's like, keep in mind, Carolyn, like when we really started this thing, like it was like 4 months ago now, 5 months ago.
I think so, yeah.
We started this community 5 months ago, right? And I'm just like, cool. This is just gonna be a place where we could get people in and game with them. And there's a lot of times where a lot of people are just saying like different things, like these streams like really motivate me. Like even Ego, for instance, like Ego is like, he wasn't on the internet or anything like that. He was just a viewer. Now he can't get off live. Now he can't stop making videos. And he was like, you and Brand, y'all really inspired me to really just put myself out there and just do certain stuff. And I went into his live like one time. He had like 300 people in there like doing gift wars and shit. I was like, what the fuck?
That's crazy.
And it's just that simple, bro. Like,
shout out Ego.
Being great people, communicating with your community and developing relationships is all important on the outside, the inside. Like, it's just I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't be more proud of what we doing. I can't be more proud of what we doing.
He's been comfortable with y'all from the start. Oh
yeah.
My streamer buddy.
He said, he said, I was telling people don't believe me at school that I know y'all. I was like, don't believe him at school that he knows us.
That's crazy. He's showing everybody at his
He's
school
just showing
us.
everybody.
That's what's up,
Yeah.
bro. That's fire. That's fire. That's really inspirational.
Man, shout out Austinian, bro. I love those type of interactions, man.
Those are the best.
Those are the best.
Those are the
Those
best.
type of
Yo, Austin don't even know how
W
funny
community,
he
W
is.
Spiders, man. W community,
W
Spiders,
community,
man.
W Spiders, man.
W's.
W.
This was solid. Solid. I don't even with my timer out. I was just in here
Yeah,
chatting. Oh, we hit our mark, chat. We hit our mark. W. W W W I W C W I W W I W.
Big W. Double dub.
This was a solid stream. Solid stream.
Lessons and blessings.
Lessons.
Listens and
Listen.
listens.
Lessons and blitz.
W Care Leezy. W Channel. W Tommy. W Chat. W Arachne. Caught in the Web. 3rd episode in the books. 3rd episode in the books. It's phenomenal. I love everybody. Appreciate everybody that joined, commented, was a part of the discussions. Till again, you guys are gonna see me Friday. I ain't got much else to say. You guys got anything else to say before we go?
W.
W.
Just us.
If they wanted to, they would.
Shout out Carolina.
Big drop.
Shout out Carolina.
W Care Leezy.